What's up everyone, I'm your female otaku and I'm here to review episode 3 of Yuri on Ice. And with this episode, this is the third episode, so did Yuri on Ice pass the 3-episode test for you? Because for me, it certainly did. This episode, man, I was on the verge of tearing up, I really was. Now, there's something I do gotta point out though. As amazing as this episode was, what was really interesting was the animation. Something that I've noticed is that it's obvious that they put most of the budget on Victor's performances. Whenever Victor goes and skate, yo, that money is all over the place. And then with Yuri, they also give a decent amount of money to Yuri for his performance, for, you know, the budget, you know, the fluidity on his skating, stuff like that, that's what I mean. But when it comes to Yuri, it's like they ran out of money and decided to work with what they had left. Because when it comes to Yuri and his skating, something that I noticed a lot when he skates is that it's fluid, but his body will get really pencil thin and then get really wide and then get really long and lanky. Honestly, it's like they're stretching out. You know how you make a pretzel, you gotta stretch out the dough and stuff? That's what it looks like. It looks like he's being stretched all over the place, like you're making a pretzel or something like that. So, yeah, I hate to think, normally I would say that it's shit animation. However, it was his performance that I was on the verge of tears. It's strange to explain it. Even though the art style of his performance was bad, the fluidity of it, and the music with the sound effects and the movements, that's the important part. The movements that he gave within his performance, even though at some points he would look really long and lanky, and at some points he would look normal and then he'll look like a pencil and stuff like that, even though he would look like out of proportions, there was still so much movement when capturing unconditional love, his akape. Because you know how he like spreads his arms out and then closes them back in and stuff, how he moves, that's interesting. So I guess this is the rare case when bad animation was good? I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that felt like this, so let me know. Okay, if you haven't noticed, the opening, they've been adding more additions to the opening sequence. Like, they did it with last week's opening, and now with this week's opening, there are more colors to it, and more added dances, some repeated dances as well. And I thought that was always kind of interesting, but I thought this one was the most beautiful opening sequence thus far. Well, guys, I didn't think I would be on this, but I just couldn't help myself this episode. I am now on the Victor fangirl train. Yes, Victor. This episode, I just could not contain myself. Nope. Victor. The nosebleeds, man. I didn't nosebleed as bad as you go, but I was there. I was there, okay? Victor, man. Whew, he might just be best boy of the season, to be honest. I love this man. I've always loved Victor, but now I'm on like that fangirl train right now. And can't deny this, but I think I'm also on the Yaoi ship train now. Yeah, I can't say anything. I do ship Yuri and Victor after this episode, especially, how can you not, especially after this part when Yuri wins and he says, I'm going to win the next competition for Victor, and then they're together and just like, damn, you know, it's hot. Basically, this episode was all about encapturing the sexy, and we all know Victor has the sexy down packed. Too well, might I add. A bit too well, okay? And with Yuri, I thought he did a great job, and even I was just like Victor. Victor, he whistled at Yuri, and I was just like, yeah, bro, no, I feel the same way. If I could whistle, I would do just that, but I can't. So I just said, damn. That was me. Oh man, what is this review? What is this? It feels more like a reaction, to be honest. It was very interesting the techniques that Yuri used to develop his performance in capturing Eros, true sexiness. And sexiness is something that Yuri doesn't have because he's not really too big on relationships and stuff and girls or whatever. So what he did is that he decided to capture the sexiness of pork cutlet bowls. And I'm not that kind of person who thinks food is sexy, but I know a lot of people do, so whatever works for him. But that wasn't enough, so he decided to learn how to perform in a feminine way, and that worked perfectly. So now Victor will be coaching Yuri, and Yuri decided to go back over to Russia and train under Yakov, and we will see Yuri again in the future. So honestly, I really loved this episode. Overall, it was a ride of emotions for me because at some points I was just still like, damn boy, and at some points I was just still like, yes, get together, and at some points I was just still like, hold back the tears. But overall, episode was fantastic, and I'm totally sticking with this anime. Or you. Catch me tomorrow as I review All Out and live react to Keijo on Sun Wukong's channel along with Chibi reviews and Ku Cullen. I'm your female otaku, sayonara.